What's up, all my viewers, subscribers, all of YouTube? Happy New Year! It is 2016, which means the year of the awesome shit is finally among us. Deadpool, Batman v Superman, Civil War, Doctor Strange, TMNT, Independence Day, all out of cool shit is now officially commencing this year. Oh, and Star Wars Rogue One, that's coming out too, but that's coming out later. But anyway, it's 2016. It's on now. It's on, motherfuckers. I was like, I never got around to do it sometime last year, so I figured, why not kick the year off by telling you guys what my movie rating system is going to be for this year, so you guys know. It'll be the first video I do. My first review of the year is going to be on Friday. I'm going to go see The Forest and everything. I hope it's good, but it's a horror movie in January, so you can probably guess. So let me just get right to it, guys. This is my personal rating system that I'm going to be using for my movies, how I see movies. I'll explain it to you guys and what movies fall into the category from last year and everything. That's going to probably be this year's scale and everything. So that's how it goes. Starting from the bottom to the top, any movie that gets a 0 or a 1, yeah, 0 or a 1, I'm instantly going to unanimously declare it fucking awful. I get my 10 and 10 movies fucking awesome, so I figured the equivalent to that should be fucking awful. So it's like fucking awful. So movies like, you know, Signature 2 and Paranormal Activity, those type of movies, those fall in the category of fucking awful. But I hope I don't get too many of those this year and everything, but they're gonna probably be there, and probably in January too. Moving on, if a movie gets a 2 out of 10 from me, that movie gets the rating that you're not gonna remember it. I mean, it's a movie that, like I said, you're not really gonna remember. It's a movie that's just gonna completely fall under your radar for the rest of the year whenever you see it. And probably the moment you see it, you got the movie theater, you're gonna be like, yeah, don't remember that movie. A movie like that comes to mind instantly is Black Hat. That movie, I couldn't remember it at all, though. That's why I got that rating. Right, now, if a movie gets a 3 out of 10 from me, that means the movie is just meh. It's just meh. Yeah, it's a movie that you could just go see, just kind of, doesn't really it's a movie I just saw just because I really had nothing else better to do. So, if movies like, you know, 50 Shades of Grey and shit like that, that's a movie that you can just see and just be like, well, I didn't really feel anything with it because, you know, the porn in that movie, I can see better porn at www.pornhub.com. 3 out of 10 movies are going to get meh, and that's what you need to know. Moving up a little bit more, if a movie gets a 4 out of 10, that means the movie is just okay. It's a movie that's not necessarily great, but it's not necessarily like super bad as it could be. It's just okay. It's just okay. It's just about tolerable. A movie that fell under this category last year was SpongeBob, Sponge Out of Water. That movie was just okay. Like I said, that movie was more catered to SpongeBob fans, but everybody else was just like, oh, just an okay movie. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it was just like, oh, just okay. That's it. Now, a movie gets a 5 out of 10 from me. That means the movie is a good time, one time only. Movies that get a 5 out of 10 from me, like I said, those are like the middle marker movies. Those are movies that usually have as much bad with them, but they have as much good with them. It's like they balance each other out and everything. A movie like that, like I'll say honestly, I believe I gave Pixels a 5 out of 10 last year because I was just like, the movie wasn't necessarily terrible as it could have been, but for every good in the movie, there's a bad to counterbalance it and everything. The movie get a 5 out of 10 for me. Those are the movies you can definitely like see it or not see it. You don't necessarily have to see it in theaters. Those are going to be the later ratings I'm going to give, but a movie gets a 5 out of 10 for me. It's just a good time, one time only. No moving up. If a movie gets a 6 out of 10 for me, that means the movie is probably good if you're Redbox it. That was a movie that come out that I'm just like, yeah, you don't need to see that in theaters. Wait till it comes out on Redbox or Netflix, then you can check it out completely free of charge, and the only thing you'll be wasting is, you know, a couple hours of your time. You won't be wasting any of your movie money to go see these type of movies. And the movie that fell under the category, I could say last year was, for me personally, was The Gallows. I remember that movie. I gave it 6 out of 10 because I was like, that movie was, if I Redboxed that movie, then I'd have been perfectly fine just kind of check it out. It's like, okay, The Gallows. I wonder what that's about. Okay, $1.50 to see it. Sure, why not? Only $1.50. So if it does suck, I only spent $1.50 in about an hour, 20 minutes of my time. That's fine. Moving up a little bit more. The movie gets a 7 out of 10 for me. That means the movie is a good movie and one worth seeing at matinee. And now the matinee movies are the ones that are like, they're passably good. Those are the movies that you should go see in theaters. But if you're kind of reserved, I suggest you go see it, you know, at the matinee price when the movie's like $6 or whatever. But I'm saying movies that are 7 out of 10 for me, it's worth seeing at matinee. So it is worth checking out safely. If you're kind of reserved for it, you can spend your $6 seeing this movie. And if it is bad for you, it's only $6. So it's like, it's not necessarily terrible, but it was $6. I think I'll enjoy it. Next step up, if the movie gets an 8 out of 10, that means it's a movie that's definitely worth seeing at full admission. Now, at the flip side to worth seeing at matinee, the movie worth seeing at full admission, then yes, that means this movie is definitely worth checking out. You can see this movie at like 11:55 at night. Spend that $10 and you'll be perfectly justified. You'll walk out of the movie like, that was good, that was awesome, I didn't even think about spending my money, I want to go see it. And it's also, if a movie's worth seeing at full price, I would recommend, if it is an IMAX, check it out in IMAX. If it is worth seeing in IMAX, I would definitely suggest you go check it out like that. Now, I gave a couple of movies a lot of 8s and everything. I gave so many movie 8s, so I couldn't even tell you what I gave an 8 to. I can't even think right now. I would definitely be like, someone was like, oh, let's go see that, we'll see that 10 o'clock San Andreas. I'd be like, oh, sure. Hell yeah, man. $10, take my money. Just go check it out. It's gonna be a good time. Now, moving up a little bit more, if the movie is a 9 out of 10, that means the movie is definitely worth buying on Blu-ray. Right now, I'm not stealing this rating from Jeremy Jahns. I get that so often. Every time I get a movie worth buying on Blu-ray, people be like, oh, you're stealing from Jeremy Jahns. Now, I'm pretty sure Jeremy Jahns didn't, respect to him. I love him to death. He's an awesome, good friend, good dude, greatest YouTuber ever. But every time I see that, I'm just like, I'm sure many people have used this rating before Jeremy, so I'm sure it's okay for people to use it after him. And then I also put in my mind's eye that if a movie is 9 out of 10, what would be like, yeah, it's worth buying on Blu-ray. It's a movie that's damn near, you're worth spending an extra $20 on, $30 on owning to your collection. So that's how I view movies. A movie does get that 9 out of 10. It's worth buying on Blu-ray for me. Hey, I gave a couple movies that last year. I gave Ant-Man that last year. I gave Inside Out that rating last year. I gave Star Wars Force Awakens that rating last year. I was just like, yeah, if a movie is worth buying on Blu-ray, call it what it is. Worth buying on Blu-ray. You want to own it on Blu-ray. Usually the movie gets 9 out of 10. Like I said, if movies got that one thing it could have did better or could have tweaked a little bit more to just bring it up a little bit more, but it's still a great movie. If a movie gets an 8 or a 9, I advocate you go to your theaters, check it out. And finally, if the movie gets the coveted 10 out of 10, you already know. 10 out of 10, that means the movie is fucking awesome. That's a movie that I suggest you drop everything you're doing and you go check that movie out right now. I can tell you, I don't know what movies are going to be 10 out of 10 this year, because there will be a lot of surprises, but I'm going to say I hope Batman v Superman is 10 out of 10, hope Civil War is 10 out of 10, and usually when the credits start rolling, the rating comes in my head right away, and then I just start thinking like, okay, why'd I give it that rating and all like that. But when I'm watching the movie, I'm just like, okay, this is what's going on in the film, and then, when I walk out the theater, I got my rating for it, and I just go on camera and I talk to you guys about it. So if the movie's 10 out of 10, you need to go see it. So that's my rating system for 2016. Hope you guys like it, enjoyed it. If you guys got a rating system of your own, how you see movies, or you don't have a rating system, put in the comment section, let me know, let's talk about it. That's just what we do on my channel. It's all about you guys, interacting with you guys, the YouTubers, the viewers, all you guys, about you. I hope you have a great 2016 year. It's going to be awesome reviewing movies. Another year for you guys. I can't wait. My first review of the year is going to be The Forest. That comes out Friday. Hope it's good, but it's a horror movie in January. You know how that goes. So, and as always, remember, subscribe. Until next time.